If you've just joined us, we're in the midst of an epic countdown, a journey through the essential classic Doctor Who episodes. And today, we're diving headfirst into the heart of Skaro once again. That's right, it's time for Genesis of the Daleks, 6 episodes. Genesis of the Daleks has frequently found its way to the top of Best Ever Doctor Who Stories polls. Certainly, it is a memorable adventure, and one that explains the origins of the Doctor's deadliest enemy on the planet Skaro. This story is also the first to feature the demented Davros, the Daleks' creator, so memorably portrayed by the late Michael Wisher. The big question, though, is does the Doctor have the right? It'll make sense when you see it. The Talons of Weng-Chiang, 6 episodes. This is another highly regarded classic Doctor Who story, set in the swirling fog of Victorian London. Interestingly, it was nearly the first to spawn a fully fledged Doctor Who spin-off, with the characters Henry Gordon Jago and Professor Lightfoot proving particularly popular with viewers. Alas, this was never to be, not on TV at least. The pair did, however, get the spin-off they deserved when the audio company Big Finish picked up the mantle many years later. City of Death, 4 episodes. This is the highest-rated classic Doctor Who story of all time, partly because ITV was on strike when it was broadcast. But let's not talk about that. It was also the first to feature abroad location filming, with a Doctor Who team traveling to Paris to shoot a myriad of high-octane chase scenes to the accompaniment of suitably continental music from composer Dudley Simpson. And like Genesis of the Daleks, City of Death often finds itself nominated as a contender for one of the greatest Doctor Who stories of all time. See what you think. Earthshock, 4 episodes. Earthshock saw the return of the Doctor's old enemy, the Cybermen, in a movie-like adventure with one of the most shocking endings of all time. And this classic Doctor Who story was shrouded in secrecy when it was made, with the return of the Cybermen held back until the closing moments of Part 1. Ark of Infinity, 4 episodes. This is something of a sequel to 1972's The Three Doctors, and sees the return of the Doctor's old enemy, Omega. And for this story, the Doctor Who production team journeyed to Amsterdam for the location work. When they weren't racing through the corridors of the Gallifreyan capital, that is. Colin Baker, later to be the 6th Doctor, also guest stars in this story as the cold-hearted Commander Maxil. The 5 Doctors, 1 episode. In many ways, this epic 90-minute special sums up classic Doctor Who in one fell swoop. It was produced to mark Doctor Who's 20th anniversary and reunites many of the Doctor's old friends and enemies in a high-stakes showdown in the Death Zone on Gallifrey. Give it a watch. It's as easy as pie. The Caves of Androzani, 4 episodes. This is the last story of classic Doctor Who to feature the 5th Doctor Peter Davison, and is notable for its quirky, exhilarating direction from Graham Harper, who proved so popular that he would be called upon to direct Doctor Who when it returned in 2005. It is also markedly more adult than many of the stories that came before, and set the tone for things to come under the guidance of script editor Eric Saward. Whovians, thank you for joining us on this time-traveling adventure through the annals of Doctor Who. Now, it's your turn. What classic Doctor Who stories do you want us to explore in Part 3? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. The TARDIS awaits your input. Until next time, stay wibbly-wobbly and timey-wimey.